So, hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. So in today's video we are going to be talking about PvP and mining ores. So this is going to be just an overall basic strategy guide to these base factors and how to get better. And also we'll include some examples and practices you could do to get better in PvP. So, first of all, let's begin with how to use basic weapons. So, in Minecraft, we are introduced to many different weapons, such as swords, axe, bows, everything. So, it depends on the Minecraft version of how PvP works. Though there isn't a giant difference, but the most complicated one is in Java Edition. So, as you can see under my aim tool, that there's a line there. That line indicates how much time the sword has a cooldown. So if, let's say, the sword does 8 attack damage, if you wait for the cooldown each time. It's one of the fastest weapons in Minecraft. But if you don't wait, that can be reduced to really small amounts, so the sword isn't that effective. Though in many cases, such as PvP, in servers, many players don't wait for the cooldown. So here is an example. If we find an animal here, if we use the sweep attack, we call the line under, we do that much damage. As you can see, like that, 2 hits. But if we spam click, it also takes 2 seconds because the ping is weak. But on other players, these hits can take up to 8 hits if you really spam them. Though, if we look at the axe, so as you can see, if we do a hit, then there is a longer cooldown than in the swords. So mostly, if you use axe, you mostly jump before hitting, and right before landing you click. So this also true for swords, because like this you can deal up to 5%, 50% extra damage. So as you can see, if I take this animal here and I do the strong attack, what is the jump attack, it does lots of damage, because the base damage of the netherite axe, what's the strongest weapon, is 10 hearts, but if you jump, this can go up to 16 if you have enchantments. There are also bows. Bows, there isn't really lots of explanation to do on these, because you charge the bow and shoot. And if you can really shoot fast if you practice a bit. Though, besides all these PvP techniques, we have tridents and many other tools. But one of the most important factors are armor. So armor in this game has a giant role. It protects you from other entities and also other players, so you get less damage from them. And let's say if you would get hit by another player, you would take 5 hearts of damage and take lot of damage. But armor can reduce this, so it's a very useful thing to have when fighting or even getting attacked by other entities. So, besides all this, another good protection that you could use are shields. So shields are generally kept in the offhand of the player, and in other versions you can activate it by crouching, but in this version of Minecraft you have to right click, and by right clicking you activate the shield. Of course, shields also have a bit of cooldown, and in the current version of this game you cannot block explosions. But if that chicken right there would attack me right now, I could block its attack like this. And besides all this, so now let's get on to movement. So movement is also a really important factor in Minecraft. So by movement, you can even save in some cases your life in this game. there are many ways to dodge attacks, or even how you should attack, how to be offensive. So if let's say you got into a fight with another player, then if he's, in many cases, players don't wait for the cooldowns to work, but just click as fast as they can. So like this, the player gets knocked back. And by this, in a way, the player just gets neutralized because they cannot deal damage back to you because you click so fast. And also with the X. So in the X, mostly players, you just run up to the player and then strike down. And like this, dealing lots of damage. Though X's during fights are only good in the beginning, in my opinion, because you deal one beginning lots of damage, but then the X has a cooldown. So right immediately after doing a strike down, change to your hitting the person. But let's say if you got low, then you could use golden apples and also use food to heal up. Now golden apples give you extra hearts beside all the damage you take. As you can see in that corner, that those red symbols replicate my health. And if I eat this golden apple, as you can see, I get 2 extra hearts and regeneration. Regeneration is an effect that you heal even faster, and also you also get resistance with this. Now there's a more overpowered version of golden apples, which are enchanted golden apples, and those help you even more in fights, and they add even more than 2 hearts, up to 4. But we also have totems of undying. So let's say if you're on a really high place and then you fall off or get hit by a player until the moment you lose all your hearts. Then if you fall down, this totem of undying literally does what its sound means. It saves you from dying. So if you are fast enough to keep changing it like this, so if you're really fast enough, then you could get basically infinite lives. And just to demonstrate, I'm gonna take my armor off, jump down here, and let's say I was getting attacked, I fell off a mountain, took lots of damage. As you can see. But besides all these accessories, so as you can see, if you get really low, this totem could save you. So I got completely attacked by a yet. So guys, as you can see now, I have this totem in my hands. Let's jump down here. And let's keep taking damage, just to demonstrate to you guys how good a totem can be in serious fighting situations. So besides all these movement techniques to jump before attacking, there are many other, such as, and later on, after this demonstration, I will be talking about how to actually dodge some of the attacks. So here we go. As you can see, the totem saved you.
Yeah, boy.
So these totems can be also really good, really good thing to have with you when you're fighting with someone. So now let's talk about how to dodge attacks. So if someone is running towards you with an axe like this and about to do a strong attack on you, then a thing you could do is or turn around and run away like you're scared, or you could go ahead and maybe go sideways in the last moment and then hit the player. Or what you could do is also hit back, because if you hit before the other player, that will knock him back. So, and maybe he will use his attack, so now you have time to really attack the other player. So now for the second part is how the game works. So it's all good to know different ways to like how to attack and these things, but it's also a really good thing to know how the game works. By this, I mean the hitboxes. So hitboxes are the areas something can get damaged. So you can see this outline on this block. If I go out the outline, I'm not damaging that block. This also exists for players. If there, let's take an animal as an example, if I would find one. But players have their own hitboxes. What basically means is that if you run up to a player and maybe strike 1 centimeter on your screen beside the player, maybe that would still damage the character because that's its hitbox, meaning that's where they can take damage. But outside that, nope. And sometimes the game can be really interesting because if there is my head, in some cases if I get hit beside it, that would still count as a hit because that's in my hitbox. So now elevation. So elevation is one of the most important factors in entire PvP, because if you are up on elevation, you can just go ahead and jump down, doing lots of damage, and also make the player get confused the other one. And just imagine you're standing still and someone jumps and they can just start hitting you and you cannot attack back. So if you're fighting seriously, what you could do is always have some blocks somewhere in your hotbar, what we will be also talking about, and just start building up as much as you can. So always try to have elevation. This is also true for other fighting games, but here's an example. I'm getting attacked, and just try to always get up to the taller point than the other player. But besides this, the last important factor to outline is how to switch in your hotbars properly. So switching there is really important. And if you may not know, hotbar shows are these items. During a fight, it's good to always have your items situated, and not only during a fight, but in always. Because let's say if it's the most comfortable for you to press number 1 on your keyboard and change to that slot in your hotbar, then have your X there. Maybe if 5 is the most comfortable for you, have your other weapon there. And situate your items in a good way so it's easy to access and use. But that's it for PvP, guys. And now let's get on to mining. So to get back to you guys now, I am going to be talking about mining right now. So there are not so many things to know about mining, but it takes lots of practice. So mining in Minecraft, it can be very strange for first, because it is everything but not realistic. So ores in Minecraft have different levels to be mined at. Of course, you can find specific ores in other levels of ores, but by levels I mean coordinates. So Minecraft goes lots of blocks underground what we don't see, and many ores have different best places to be. Every ore has a specific place. So for example, iron, coal, but the iron and coal, they are more general ores. So copper, iron, coal, these materials, you shouldn't really go onto a specific level unless you want to go mine for them. But more rare ores such as netherite, what is a ore that is in another dimension, not this world we are on, and diamonds and gold, not so much, but also gold, have their own place to be mined at. So right now I am going to be demonstrating what levels to mine at. So here we go. We are gonna change to spectator mode just for you guys. So now we are underground, and as you guys can see, here is the upper part of the world, and this is underground. So as you can see, coal can be found in caves, not so much under the ground. Iron too. There's coal again. So it's not there. So it's not really a hard ore to find, including iron too. But as you can see, there is this darker kind of rock. Now, mostly if you're searching for gold, it's good to search for them at this level with the darker stone. And first of all, let's start with diamonds. So the best level to search for diamonds is -58 to 59. So this is the coordinates underground. And if you're mining straight, you're just mining the highest chance to be found. And yes, there is a diamond underground. But mostly, if you're searching for diamonds, the best thing to do is go in these big kinds of caves, and also these ones. You can see I already found the second diamond. So diamonds aren't really the hardest to find if you know where to search for them. There's another one, and they can be found in everywhere basically, if you're searching on the right place. And the fourth one. It might seem easy to get, but it's not that frequent of an ore. But besides all this, there are many other ores such as iron, lapis. Lapis is used to enchant your tools, what can also be used for PvP. But besides all this, you have to really watch out for other mobs in the game, because they might attack you while you're mining peacefully. So if you're searching for ores, if you're searching for the rarer ones, search for them underground at the darker parts of the world. But if you're searching for normal ores such as coal, iron, copper, these ones, just search for them normally or even in open caves. But now let's get on to netherite, the rarest ore in Minecraft. And as you guys can magically see, I just made a portal to that dimension. So now let's go in there. So here in the nether, it's a really interesting biome. But this might be in another video, not in this one. But now let's get to netherite. So netherite is the rarest ore in Minecraft currently, and it can be found really, really underground. Generally, you have really high spawn points up in the sky, but if you go down, really down, to to level 15 to 14, I don't know why my game is pink, sorry for that guys, but here, you can just go around searching for it. So, let's say if you go in a straight line, what I will be demonstrating right now, if you go in a straight line and just mine like that, in a second you can find netherite. So as you can see, there are also other ores such as quartz, what can be found on most of the levels, so you don't really need to search for that in specific places. But netherite, as you can see, is a really rare ore. So if you keep mining like this in a straight line, then you can find them with good luck. But when mining, always watch out for hazards. Some hazards are just lava randomly pouring onto you, and if you don't have the right equipment, there is no escape from it. So, just to show you, this is a not so loud of a resource pack in Minecraft. Just to show you guys, this is how searching for netherite would mostly look like. So if you're mining like this, in a straight line, after a while you might run into a dark colored ore. So it's not this one, not that one, but that brown ore that, as you can see there. Here. Sorry. This is so annoying. So here, this one is what we call netherite. So it is a really hard ore and takes also a lot of time to mine. So you should always don't waste your time going on higher levels, guys. Trust me, it is always good to mine on specific levels. Always spend your time there. As you can see, I found another one there. Of course, please guys don't use this resource pack because this is cheating. But always try to concentrate when mining, and then you will have lots of luck. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.